Today I'm gonna do a get ready with me to go sit on the couch or make, you know, some food. So if you're interested, we'll just jump into it. I've obviously, you know, got nothing but a robe and a towel on. Just kidding, I actually have a sports bra on underneath. I'm gonna start off with brows and eyes. I usually do my brows off camera, and I'm going to do my brows off camera because, well, they're not the best. Okay, so I used my e.l.f. Ultra Precise brow pencil in the shade Taupe, I think. Usually I like neutral brown. It's like the perfect match, and it's not too dark to where it looks harsh, but it like blends very well into my hair. But taupe also looks good and gives me more wiggle room to make mistakes because it's a little bit lighter, so I can go in a few more times over it and like perfect the line or like smudge it off, you know. Now I'm going to put on some eyeshadow. And lately I haven't really been loving or digging eyeshadow that much, but obviously it is what it is. So I'm gonna actually use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Beautiful Bronze, which is actually a deeper color, and I bought this for contour, but I'm gonna be using it for an eye base today. I'm gonna keep it like neutral brown, I think. So I'm gonna start off with this, and I'm just gonna go in with a little bit and blend it in with like this buffing brush from Morphe, the Morphe M173. Less is always more, you know, so start with a smaller amount. And I easily get carried away and pull up my shadow kind of high. I'm gonna try not to today. Just kind of want to keep it lower. I find if I keep it lower, I have more room to create a different shape with my eyes, but the higher up I go, the more it has to turn into the same shape that I always kind of end up doing. So I'm just kind of slowly pulling it outwards. I'm gonna use my finger and kind of tap this because it is a little bit dark and concentrated out on that outer part, so just tapping it a little bit took some of that intensity down. See, I like easily went up all high, but it's fine. So I'm gonna do the other one off camera real quick. So I don't know if you follow any professional makeup artists. They've been using different colored bases for eyeshadow, and it really does create so much more ease if you have a hooded eye or a monolid or just any difficulty with getting pigment on all creases and parts of your eye. If you have like patchiness, this is like a game changer. And this isn't even made for the eyes. It's completely safe on the eyes, but it's just not made to be like an eyeshadow. I'm gonna set it just a little bit with bronzer. I'm gonna go in with my nose contour angled little brush and Hoola Benefit bronzer. And I don't want to go in with too much, but I'm literally just gonna tap it on. I don't really want to move the product, but I want it to stay put so that it doesn't move. You know what I mean. I'm sure even now I could still go ahead and then carve my lid and make, you know, kind of make a cut crease or anything I want like that, but it kind of does otherwise just turn into a blend of color into the inner part of the eye. So I can't put like, it might look patchy if I added a light shadow right here in the inner part, but that's not the look I'm gonna go for today. I'm gonna go ahead without it. Something I'm gonna do though is add a little shading to my lip area. This is also a pro makeup artist tip from Scott Barnes. I'm not an expert at it, but I wanna keep trying, you know? So I'm gonna take a small angled brush, just a lip brush or an angled brush, dip it into the cream contour, and kind of overline the lips. And it looks kind of funny the whole time until you finish the look and get like lipstick on, but I've tried it once before and it really made a huge difference in the way my lips looked. So I'm gonna hop into the Tati Beauty palette. I'm gonna line my eyes with the darker matte shades over here, but I'm also gonna go in with some of this Ritual Matte chocolate brown color and just add a little bit to the outer part of the eye, deepen it just a little bit. So I'm gonna dip into Soothe sequin and just start at the base and then slowly pull some of that shade up. I don't know if you could tell, but it kind of added almost a wet look, but not really. I don't know how to describe it, but kind of makes it look more glamorous and high fashion, if you ask me. I'm gonna use my angled liner brush and wet it with some water and line my eyes, but I'll probably do that off camera since my camera is dying, and I'll be back with some lashes on. Alrighty, I've got the lashes on. Unfortunately, I don't know where these lashes are from. We're ready for this primer mask. So I guess I cleanse my face and dry it, put on toner, which I actually put on like my skincare earlier. So it's 111, which 111. I got this from Ulta, by the way. I'm kind of scared I don't want to mess up this eye makeup or eyebrows. I might have to. Shoot, I should have done this in the beginning. Crap. Okay, well, I'm just gonna put the serum on my face and do this another day when I don't have anything on because it's not gonna work. So I'm gonna use this as like a primer. I'm gonna let this sink into my skin for a few minutes. No fragrance, which I love that. I'm gonna put on a little bit of my Smooth and Pore Covering Primer because it doesn't really feel like that serum really filled in my pores or anything like that. I just feel moisturized. Put some concealer where I need it. The shade's a little bit deep for me, so I keep it up in this cheek area. So I have a lighter one. This one's the shade Medium Peach. This one is Fair Medium. So I like to use this one on like the more outer perimeters and this one on more of this under contour area. And that's really like where I like to put that one. And this is the flat angled face brush from BS Mall. It came in a makeup kit that I got for a makeup class. But if I find it, I will link it down below. But I don't know if I can. And I have a video trying out this concealer, testing it out, and I like it a lot. I find it to be very comparable to my IT Cosmetics CC cream. It gives me pretty good coverage and gives a nice finish like that, so I like to use it as an actual base for my face and not just a concealer. I find that I like this finish for that. I love the look of matte skin on like really good perfect skin, but I don't even know if that exists, you know what I mean? And my towel is falling out of my head. So before I fix my hair and go in with more, I'm gonna use whatever's left over and just kind of go over the edges of my mouth. I definitely am not trying to have concealer lips. I don't want to have so much product on my lips either that I have to like take it off. I just kind of want to diffuse that shadow, make it blend into the skin a little bit more seamlessly. I have to use a little bit of a brighter shade to kind of just make things more, just go, you know, blend all in. So I'm using the lighter shade to kind of brighten up under the cheekbone, also the chin, also down the nose. So what I like to do here is use the same brush and just kind of pull it up under the cheek. I don't really try to carve anything out. I actually don't really love a super dark contour these days, but I do like having that little bit of definition, and I find that this makes any bronzer or contour I put here more clean. And then I really like to kind of do this, kind of pull any excess product around the nose away so that it doesn't ball up too much. It's hard to find products that, for me, that don't like break up around the nose a little bit. So I just definitely keep the product minimal, and my hair is gonna keep like falling out, but I'm at this point where if I keep messing with this towel, I'm gonna mess up the face makeup. So I don't know if you could tell, but that kind of just brightened things up down here a little bit and made everything blend in a little bit better. But my neck and under my chin is definitely the lightest compared to like my shoulders. Sometimes I have to pull some darker powder under down my neck, you know? And I like to blend out my nose with a sponge, Eco Tool sponge, which I'm trying this out. I'm trying to give it a chance, and I don't really like it. Not quite the right shapes, I guess, to really get in without like making a mess somewhere else, if that makes sense. It also seems to pick up a lot of coverage, more than I like want picked up. I'm trying to give it a chance. And I'm going to be using Tarte Shape Tape Concealer today in the shade Light Neutral, which is actually a little too deep for me. I meant to get Fair Neutral. So I watched Tiger King and that was very interesting. I did not know what to expect. I just saw a lot of people posting about it online, memes and whatnot, and I was like, what the heck? I need to see what this is about. Well, it ended up being very interesting. There are a different type of breed of people that even are in that industry, and I didn't realize that industry like was what it was, I guess. I thought, you know, there was zookeepers, and I kind of assumed that they were animal lovers and whatnot. Like, so much scandal going on. It is wild. I definitely think that Carol Baskin killed her husband. She had no remorse, like, or sadness, or even like fond memory vibes when she was talking about everything. It just makes complete sense for her to want him dead because she got his money. I don't think that these animals should be locked up. I think that they need to be free. They need to be in their homeland, and it's cool that they're not going extinct at this point anymore, but they need to take them home and not keep them in cages and profit off them. Now the concealer, I know I'm very excessive with the different concealer right now, but now I put on some ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer to brighten it up just a little bit. And then I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance Powder to set under the eyes. I love that powder for under the eyes. It really is a good one for creasing and staying put. Now for the center of the face, I'm going to use Maybelline Matte and Poreless in the shade 110. I like to put this mattifying powder on the center of the face because that's where I get oily, get all up in that nose. To set the outer part of the face, I'm going to use the J.Cat Aquassurance foundation powder in the shade Ivory, and I'm just going to hit basically the areas where I put that first concealer. And it looks like it's going to be a day where I have to take some of the powder, so I like to just do a patting, blend that jawline. Yeah, so now I'm like one color, you know, there's no cutoff. At least I hope not. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of this loose finishing powder to bake a little bit. I've been using these little puffs, and I get them in I don't even know where I'm getting these, but I have like 3 of them from, you know, little powder makeups. So to offset the warmth that I have going on in my eyes, I'm going to do my lower lash line with a more neutral, cool toned color. So I'm going to be going into O Positive from the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. I don't dip in, I just kind of take whatever I have left over and slowly just kind of drag it up into that wing, just so there's a little bit of a natural transition of a blend of color going that way, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and put on some mascara on my lower lash line, and we'll be right back to finish shaping up the face. So now I'm using this Eco Tools brush to wipe away any of that powder. I feel like that lip thing I tried to do kind of just disappeared, so I'm gonna take off. Now I need color, so I'm gonna use this angled brush and this Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder in the shade 360. Stamp it on my cheekbones, kind of go up into the temple as well. So I like to just do this for a little bit of shape, but I'm not really big on contouring these days. I like to contour my nose. So for my nose, I'm gonna use the Maybelline City Bronzer in the shade 100 and my small brush. And I'm actually gonna also hit under my lower lip. I usually start in the center bottom of the nose, and I like to just kind of shade underneath the nose. This will kind of make the nose look more lifted. Go in with my blush brush from Real Techniques and dip into that same bronzer. And I like to just add a little bit more color to my cheeks. This just gives me more life, and it also neutralizes the other color that I put on. Sometimes that color can come off a little warm, so this will just kind of make it more neutral. So this is a really old Bare Minerals brush, and I got it from my mom a long time ago. And I'm gonna go in with the Blush to Be Powder Cheek Pop. I don't think this is available anymore. I got this a while back and it was just sitting in my makeup kit. I usually start right here and just slowly bring it in, and I like to put it all up under the eyes. I used to be really wary of doing that, but as long as it's not too pigmented of a blush, you are completely safe doing this. It's also gives you a very youthful look. So that's what I love about it. It looks more natural and it gives you shows a little bit more of the blush, because if you just keep it right here, you don't usually get to see much of the color. So I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Wow Brow, and this is in the shade Taupe, which I like neutral brown in this product. Taupe is a little too light for me. Kind of can look too light in my dark brow hair, but it's what I've got. And I'm gonna use Wet n Wild loose highlight in the shade I'm So Lit M501. And I like to squeeze the brush like this, dip in. If you don't like crazy highlight, definitely don't do this, but I like to just tap. You got a lot here, so I'm gonna go ahead and tap it. There's so much on here, but I'm kind of crazy. So I also like to put a little bit above the arch of my brow, but not a lot, just a little. Also my chin, so the tip of the nose, just a little. And then I also like to hit the center of the nose, but not with this brush. I usually use this brush from Scone. Okay, so we're looking a little crazy. I like to take my M310, which is a fan brush, and blend it all out. I am gonna go into this Lumi Bronze It bronzer in the shade Medium from L'Oreal, and the same blush brush that I used before. And this is a really, really nice bronzer. And I like to use this one last to blend everything in together. The blush, the highlight, the bronzer. Okay, so I'm gonna do my inner corner highlight, and then I'm going to do my hair. It's still a little damp, so it'll probably be a little bit, and also my lips, but I'm gonna do my lips after I get dressed and whatnot. But we're gonna highlight the inner corner with MAC eyeshadow in the shade Nylon, and the same Scone smudger brush. Boom, this is the finished look. So I just went ahead and curled my hair with my 1-inch curling iron, put on some lipstick. I used a NYX lip liner in the shade, I don't know, it's too small, the name's not on it anymore, but it's like a brown nude color. And then I went in with MAC Creme de Nude, and then a little bit of Maybelline lipstick in the shade Beige Babe or something of that nature, just like a nude lipstick. My outfit is very comfortable. I'm not going anywhere, so I figured why put on an outfit if I'm not going anywhere. I decided I wanted to wear pink today, so I'm wearing this H&M crop top, and these shorts are from H&M as well, actually. H&M. And then I'm literally just wearing some high socks. That's the look for today, folks. We are going to the kitchen and eating snacks, so we're looking good while we do it, I guess. So that'll be the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you enjoyed it, if you want to see more Get Ready With Me's. But give it a thumbs up if you're still watching. Make sure you're subscribed, and I will go ahead and end the video here. So I hope you have a good rest of your day or night, and I'm sending you all the love and all of the good vibes, and I'll catch you in my next video. Peace out.